What up, YouTube? We back at it again. I lied. It wasn't 5:30. It's 7. I got to sleep in today. I realized what was waking me up. So my dog, he's got this collar with little jingly, the metal parts that connect to the tags and stuff like that. Um, he shakes when it's time for me to get up, and it wakes me up. So you take the collar off, the shaking is silent. Anyways, if you're new to my channel, if you're not new to my channel, I'm doing a rec. This is from Patreon. So Carolyn, I got you. We're looking at Gorillaz Feel Good Inc. I will be honest with you. I know the group well. I know the song well. Um, but I haven't actually broken apart the lyrics, which I'll try to do. Excuse me. That's not good. Which I'll try to do a little bit to the best of my ability. This song's deep, though. And if you like what I do, please like over here. Comment down below. Subscribe. From what I remember, and I haven't heard the song in a long time, this song is basically a direct reference to 1984 and totalitarianism, more so in the sense of um, the helplessness of a lot of independent artists being driven by the machine of not only labels but corporations. And I'll get into that in a second here, but let's dive in. I will always tell you if I've heard a song prior. Otherwise, just assume that I haven't. But I would assume I see a lot of reactors who are reacting to Gorillaz. This music's like my high school stuff. Probably the reason I haven't reacted to much of it is just because, well, I haven't heard it. I haven't heard this in decades, literally. Um, and I like to not really react to stuff that I know. But let's dive in. Let's see what we can do with this. So Feel Good Inc., right? That's the name of the song. That's going to be quote unquote the higher level. By the way, I pause. If you want to watch the original, it's linked down below. But the visuals go directly along with the song, if I remember correctly in this video. And a lot of their videos are sort of animated and kind of created with this sort of staging in this sort of environment. Feel Good Inc. is the name of the corporation that runs this town. I'll get to that. So you notice like all of the people that they're passing right now are all like passed out halfway on the ground. They're from drugs and alcohol and sex and whatever, and it's Feel Good Inc., right? So the goal is to keep these people numb. And notice the lack of expression on 2D, as he's sort of a jester in this sense. And when you see like the other two, Russell and Murdoch, they the same expressions, right? Sorry, I'll back that up. Sorry, I just paused my recording. I will run it back a little bit. I was going to comment on something, but I hit pause on the video, or excuse me, on the recording, not the video. We didn't lose anything. Let's go. City's breaking down on a camelback. They just have to go because they don't know whack. So we have a city, and this is used as a metaphor for the overlying kind of industry and corporation as a whole. So let's get that as in your mindset. This is not an actual city, obviously. This is just used as to paint a picture. City's breaking down on a camelback. They just have to go because they don't know whack. So those that were completely oblivious were sort of had to leave the city. And those with any sort of clue were sort of kept in the city but kept numb by other means. Melancholy town where we never smile. So no one smiles, right? They're just this town is kept numb. So, and he's taken the role of the artist in this. He's the musician that's hired by the corporations, but he can't leave. He can't leave, which we'll get to in a second here. I think if I remember this video.
Windmill, windmill for the land, forever hand in hand. Take it all in.
So he's looking out the window right now. He sees this windmill floating by.
On your stride, it is taking voting down. Love forever, love is free. Let's turn forever, you and me. Windmill, windmill for the land, is everybody in.
Laughing gas, these hazmats.
Laughing gas, these hazmats. So this whole verse right here is directly related to 1984.
Laughing gas, these hazmats. Fast cats, lining them up like ass crack. Ladies, ponies at the track. It's my chocolate attack.
These ponies at the track. It's my chocolate attack, right? So ponies is he's referring to. So this is basically the leader, and he's referring to the musicians, the Gorillaz, as ponies, and it's my chocolate attack. Chocolate was used in 1984 as a means to, as a distraction from what was going on to keep people sort of happy, right?
I'm stepping in harder this year. Care Bear repping in harder this year.
Care Bear repping in harder this year. So Care Bears was a cartoon back in the day. What do you say? Basically, that they were just these happy-go-lucky little bears that that just haphazardly sang happy songs that made people happy, which is exactly what the Gorillaz are doing in this setting. They're used as a tool, as a means to, and this again goes back to labels, using artists as tools, but also tailoring, because he's not 2D's not happy. They're not happy doing this. This is not the independent artist doing what the independent artist wants to do with his music or their music. They're playing stuff they don't want to play. This mind-numbing nonsense that just basically just to entertain the people of this town or the people that the corporation sort of oversees. But that's the Care Bear reference is just trying to keep people happy, right?
It's my chocolate attack. Shit, I'm stepping in harder this year. Care Bear repping in harder this year. Watch me as I gravitate. Ha 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 ha. Yo, we gon' ghost town this Motown.
We don't ghost town this Motown. Motown was a label, right? So we're referring back to labels, right? And that's kind of what that lends to is and now we're talking not just about corporations, we're talking about labels and the music industry as a whole.
Watch me as I gravitate. Ha 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 ha. Yo, we gon' ghost town this Motown with your sound. You in the blink, gon' bite the dust, can't fight with us. With your sound, you kill the ink. So don't stop, get it until you cheddar headed. Watch the way I navigate.
Don't stop, get it until you're cheddar headed, right? That there's again referring to the group.
So don't stop, get it until you cheddar headed. Watch the way I navigate.
And musically, this song's sick. I love how it's just it's drowning, right? With just somber bass and drums, and it almost it fits the song, it fits the video so well. Just because it is purposefully mind numbing, right? All right, so this is representative of somebody that's not. This is representative of an independent artist. This piece of land here that's floating by is not habited by anybody besides Noodle. She's there, and she sort of represents an independent artist who can do whatever she wants. It's powered by this windmill, and it's just sort of floating in the clouds. Right, and 2D keeps looking out the window and seeing her, and seeing this thing, and that's she was able to kind of get away and get out and not play sort of a victim to this machine, this corporation that that's essentially controlling everything. Again, shots at at big corporations, shots at major labels. You can hear her guitar. It's not so he's on a bass, which is the boom boom boom. It's lower tone music. She's not. She's on an acoustic, so which is your higher notes. And she's just floating, doing her thing, playing whatever she wants.
Windmill, windmill for the land, I'm forever hand in hand. Take it all out on your stride, it is taking falling down. Love forever, love is freely turn forever, you and me. Windmill, windmill for the land, is everybody in?
Don't shop, shit it, get it. Deep high, your captain's in it. Steady, watch me navigate. Don't shop, shit it, get it. Deep high, your captain's in it. Steady, watch me navigate.
And the ha 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 ha. It's funny. It's almost like it's it's like mischievous. Ha 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 ha. Gotcha. Um, hold on a sec.
Don't shop, in it. Steady, watch me navigate.
Right. So I remember. Okay, I remember the ending of this. So Feel Good Inc. sent out choppers to go get her, and a piece of land powered by a windmill, not gonna outrun choppers. So it's basically a take on like the music industry as a whole, but very exaggerated in that just how difficult it is to remain an independent artist and be relevant these days, because ultimately most artists, even though like most if not all artists, when they start out, they want to remain true to themselves and have no idea really what's entailed with signing with labels, and being controlled. But it's exaggerated in a sense that, I mean, you are still somewhat free to do your music, but you're not really. They'll write your stuff that is your mainstream content that's going to make people happy. They have science and all sorts of metrics and things that know and will tell you what's going to make people happy. They'll make you play it. They'll dress you up how they want to dress you up. They'll put your makeup on for you, even if you don't wear makeup. They'll do everything to create these icons as they see, based upon how they think that the overwhelming population sort of accepts and digests music. And in some senses, they're probably right. A lot of us, don't get to see a lot of great musicians because they do remain independent. You look at the musicians that like explode like overnight, that are independent, and they need something. They need a banger and a platform, or somebody that matters to hear it, right? And somebody with a platform. But it's a lot. It's easy to sign a label and call it a day, and you'll be financially set. But most artists, a lot of artists, still like to do what they want to do. They're an artist for a reason. They're not a nut or a bolt in a machine. That's not how artists are made. So luckily, we still have a lot of great music by independent artists. But that's what the narrative of the song is basically like. And Noodle represents the rebel that is doing her own thing. But as you saw at the end, their corporation's going to get her. So that's what I got on that. Thank you, Carolyn. You probably didn't know that I've heard this song. I have. I just haven't. I purposefully haven't done much Gorillaz because I know it well. Like I had their CDs in high school, so I know their music very well. but I'm happy to do more if you want. But yeah, that's all I got on this. And I could spend hours on this song. By the way, there's a lot more to it lyrically. If I were to go through verse by verse and tear it apart, there's a lot more references that I just didn't get into, and a lot of stuff I didn't miss it. I purposefully sort of went over it just to paint like the I guess the macro level picture. But I could spend another 2 hours on this song if I wanted to. Just verse by verse, which if you want me to do that with some Gorillaz shit, I will. I know it well. But anyways, that's all we got. And yeah, go support them. Go like and follow. And their stuff's very interesting if you really dive into the lyrics. And they have obviously very unique sounds, very unique styles to the way they do their music videos. So super cool. We'll catch you on the next.